artists. We're going to make lanterns today. So you were sent red paper. I'm going to recommend you fold that hot dog style. That's long and skinny. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to look at it, and where the opening is what we're going to be leaving alone. Where the seam is, or the fold, is what we're going to be drawing on. So what we're going to do is we're going to mark off about every 2 fingers. We're going to put a dot, okay? And we're going to go about halfway up the paper. So just eyeball that, okay? Then connect those 2 fingers, draw a dot, go to that same point up there, connect those 2 fingers, draw a dot, connect from here to there, 2 fingers, draw a dot, and take this all the way until you're at the end of your paper, because we don't want to cut the end of our paper off. And then you're going to be getting your scissors out, okay? We're going to cut just those lines that we drew while it's folded. So just snip those, leave it folded even after you snip them. Okay, the best way to check to see if you're doing this right, if you watched my other video, is to unfold it, and if part of it fell off, then you have to start over, or you have to use a different piece of the paper. Now what we're going to do is we're going to flip it over to the side we didn't draw our lines on. So I literally just turned the page over, see my lines are there, flipped it over, and we're going to use the attachment of those Chinese symbols, and we're going to draw some of our own Chinese symbols. So on each flap we can draw one. So I'm going to say that I'm going to draw some strength, okay? I'm going to draw Father. I'm going to draw heaven. 2 lines, and then it has like our Father up in heaven, praying hands there. I'm going to draw girl, right? So we have kind of some lines going here, straight across, and then connecting here, okay? I'm going to draw mother. And mother kind of looks like a box at first, right? But this one goes all the way through, and this one comes across, and there's a little tail here, and that one comes down. Oh, and then don't forget it's got 2 in the middle. All right, and then happy has 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, happy kind of fell off the page there. Let me show you again. So 4 lines for happy. And then it's like the letter Y down here, starts here, and then up at the top it's got like a plus sign or a cross, okay? Then on the very bottom square there, I'm gonna write my name. So that's where I write Mrs. Porch. You write your name on that bottom square. Now we're just about done. So we drew our symbols, and if you wanted to choose more of those symbols, or if you wanted to try a different one, you can flip it over and do them on that side. I'm just gonna do one set of symbols. Then I unfold it, and I'm going to roll it up, and I'm going to tuck my symbols together, okay, and it makes like an accordion pleat here in the middle, and I've got, look at that, cool, huh? I've got myself a lantern, a Chinese symbol lantern. So that's all we're going to do today is we're going to do a quick project where we get to practice our Chinese symbols. We get to cut a little, and then we'll fold it. And the way to get it to stick is either glue or a little simple piece of tape. Okay, I'll be back in a quick second with our second project. What I need you to do is go get white paper and your crayons. Hello artists, this is your pilot, Mrs. Porch speaking. We're going to take a quick day trip here. We just finished up our studies with a Chinese lantern, and now that you have your white piece of paper, and I'm going to start with a sketching pencil, and you have your crayons, we're going to take a day trip to Japan. We're going to go to the island of Japan, and we're going to try to recreate one of their most famous pieces of artwork. Okay, this is called the Great Wave. So on this one, if you notice, the focal point is really back here. It's the mountain. It's called Mount Fuji. So we're going to get our mountain in there first, and it's almost centered in there, but it's actually off center. So that means a little bit to the side. So we're going to draw our mountain first. And the mountain is a snow-covered mountain, so we want to put our snow on our mountain there as well. And then we'll notice that the waves kind of circular, there's circle around it, okay? So we're going to make the first wave here, and it's the big one. It goes up, and it goes all the way offshore. Okay, then we're gonna make the second part of that, and we just continue that line each time. Okay, so up. And then we have our last one, we'll go really big around the outside there. Okay, and it just goes off to that side and goes off the edge of my paper. Then there's a wave in front of that, okay? So there's another wave that comes up here and goes down. So this wave kind of reminds me of a mountain, but it follows the same line and then just goes off the side. All right, so they have wave lines coming up in them. Okay, you can continue the claws, if you will, around there, or the waves. Theirs are kind of like a claw. Okay, so you can have kind of just a zigzaggy, like the letter V or the letter M and W's. Kind of practice your jagged lines. And they've got more over here. There's waves. You just kind of splatter them about so it looks like waves. There's some here too. Don't forget about these. Okay, and then in the midst of this, there's boats. There's a boat actually here, right by Mount Fuji, kind of coming towards it. So we want to have that look like a boat. And then there's a boat here in our picture, coming right at the front here. So we want to have that look like our boat. And once we have our sketch lines in there with our pencil, we want to simply just go back in and color this in with our crayons. So go grab your crayons. It looks like you're going to need a dark blue, a light blue, a tan, a brown, and maybe a yellow. Okay? All right, so those are the colors you're going to need in order to make this. When you're all finished, remember when we sign our name, well, we should do that first. We sign our names, we're going to sign our names up at the top here. And this is actually where this artist hid their nickname or their pen name. So they have, in the original artwork, here I'll show you. In the original artwork, look at that. Up here, they've hidden their pen name. So they wanted to change their name after they made this. So they did 36 different prints or different paintings of just this one. And this is the most famous of all of them, but it has their name hidden in it. Isn't that cool? So we're gonna hide our name in it too. And if you wanna make it in a box, you can even make it in a box, okay? So now go get those coloring devices. It's time to color.